I can't stop thinking about Terry. Terry's surgeon removed lymph nodes on both sides. Her cancer was only on her right, though. In-surgery testing showed something suspicious in her lymphs on the left, so those were snipped out too. If only someone had noticed those fresh tattoos on her arm. What a way to learn that tattoo pigment can end up in lymphs, mimicking metastasis. Damn. So now, left side lymphedema for no reason. Who knew art could play a role in a person's cancer?
I arrived to London on February morning. Quick bite, I go to the National Gallery. What kind of viewer am I? Witness, observer, spectator, bystander, passerby. I close my eyes to the anguish of light and color. I want to lay my hands on the paintings, to feel the human touch reflecting the layers of being human in coats of paint in a brush with life. Painted faces, faces and flesh, sizing up each other. Am I looking at one human being through the eyes of another in portraits? And with a self-portrait, am I to see a man through his own eyes?
My surgeon warned me about lymphedema. So, of course, I'm panicking. I'm frozen, in bed, the room cluttered by art supplies and vinyl records. My mind is stuck on how I'm going to hide one big arm while I DJ my next event. Surgery is tomorrow, October 7th. Double mastectomy. Really? It's okay, though. I'm tough. God help me. Here come tears. Shut those eyes. That'll stop tears from flowing. Not. Does anyone even care?
Do I even dare? I ask myself, as I am drawn against the man in red medieval chaperone, customarily attached at the top with two ends hanging down onto one's shoulders. It is a self-portrait of Jan van Eyck. There's a subtle glow on his cheeks. His chaperone throws a fiery shade, a simmer of illness, of embarrassment. I keep to the side, outside of his view. I uphold the privacy of my looking. Not a glance I hold back. Do his cheeks glow brighter because my gaze is so brazen?
A text message rudely interrupts my mini pity party. It reads, "Call Christina Applegate now?" with a phone number attached. Did I just get a text saying I needed to call Kelly Bundy from Married with Children? I text back, "Right now?" I tap the phone number link. A voice more soothing than my mom's picks up.
Is this Cynthia, Amy's friend?
The biggest surprise of my breast cancer diagnosis is the spectrum of women who showed up like the fire department to help put out my fire. People ranging from grammar school classmates to Amy Schumer, tossing me lightning bolts of strength and hope when I desperately needed it. I didn't expect love from a cancer diagnosis. I only expected to die. I surely did not expect Kelly Bundy. Christina Applegate. But here she was, in my ear. Why?
Amy told me your surgery's tomorrow. I just wanted to tell you that you'll be awesome, and you'll get through it.
I make the connection. Oh, yes, that's right. She's been through this. I saw it on the news years ago. Or was it TMZ? My surprise guardian angel tells me there's one thing I need to do tonight.
You need to take photos of your chest. Photographs will become postcard souvenirs of sorts from your visit to Cancerlandia.
I hadn't even thought about documenting my body and saying goodbye to these breasts. We hang up. Surreal.
I am out from cancer, back in the world. My step is unsure, my gaze is wandering, yet in front of Van Eyck's self-portrait, I feel the gravity again. Do the limits of frame almost touching the top of his chaperone bring my look in focus? Or maybe it is the space inside, the darkness of his coat, barely distinct from the blackness of the background, his palpable face in the here and now, and elsewhere, between life and death, his gaze alert. Is it easier for me to face portraits and not people? To confront mortality rather than life? I imagine Van Eyck observing himself, a beholder, who only sees his own face as a mirror image. His own hand made a likeness of himself through his own touch. Is his detachment an exertion from looking at one's reflection? A containment of pain of facing oneself? A discomfort of eventually being seen by others in the private moment of seeing oneself? Did he show this work to patrons to demonstrate his skill, as scholars suppose? Did he spend time with it, just himself, mortal and captured in paint?
Following orders, I peel off my shirt, grab my camera, and hit power. The lens pops out. I turn it around and aim it at me and my naked breasts. Are we really about to take a boob selfie? About to press the shutter button, my finger resists. Why are we doing this? I hit power instead and turn off the camera. No, I don't want to miss these breasts. I just want to say goodbye. I think I need to create something new from losing something old. I snatch paints off my shelf, grab a canvas, and dump it all on the table. I hold my right breast in hand and squirt red acrylic onto my nipple. Cold. I press my breast onto the canvas. Squishy. I smash my body part onto the canvas. Weird. I see my nipple stamps, shapes like bloody chrysanthemums. How elegant. Let's keep smashing. I playfully boob stamp over and over again until I cover the entire canvas. Impressive. Paint drying on both of my breasts, I smother attack another canvas, then another. Golds, blues, oranges, reds, yellows. Yay! Folks are getting Christmas gifts this year.
I look closely at the frame. It is signed Jan van Eyck made me in 1433 on October 21. He used this signature for other works as well, yet his self-portrait lends it another meaning, that of creator recreating himself. I ponder the transformational nature of self-portrait. Working on it, he was his own subject, his own process, his own instrument, his own creative act, and his own viewer. I wonder how his view of the world changed once Van Eyck experienced the coincidence of himself and his vocation.
But wait. Oh my God. This paint, it's toxic. Oh my God. My lymph nodes are sucking this shit up. I run to the shower and scrub until I am raw. Raw and regretful. Drenched. I squirm under the covers. Wet hair on pillow. Now they're gonna take all of my lymph nodes. You asshole! What have you done to yourself? I whisper aloud and cry myself to sleep. My alarm wakes me. Chimes with a message on screen. Mastectomies today. I hit snooze. The next 24 hours fly by. I go into the hospital and suddenly I'm heading home with no breasts. In an Uber, which I, still on drugs and boob-obsessed, referred to as Boober. Surreal. Once safely home, I sit and gently lay, blood-filled drains attached to me from somewhere mysterious upon my lap. Oddly, I have no pain. Actually, I feel nothing until I turn my head.
I think of my self-portraits, those done just before, during, and after illness. I remember how I wondered about the intensity and darkness of some, pondering the place I found myself in, sensing its sinister nature, not being able to face it in myself, even though seeing it in my self-portraits. Looking back at these paintings, knowing the diagnosis, I closed my eyes because the agony of scarlet made confronting my fear, my feeling of being lost, and my pain unbearable. I recall how I started a new self-portrait, consciously taking cobalt blue, thinking that if I can paint my way out of anguish and darkness, I can find my way in this trial. All these memories sprint through my mind as my eyes glide over Van Eyck's.
I feel nothing until I turn my head and see the 3 breast paintings I did the night before. I gasp and realize art had played a role in my cancer too. Looking at these most valuable paintings whose brushes were gone forever. I had accidentally created family heirlooms for my niece and taken a different type of photo to reminisce upon.
At the time, self-portraits helped me to think of illness not as battle, but as transformation, as an occasion, however unfortunate and terrifying, to see dimensions of human life and myself that I had not previously come in contact with. Now, I feel as if I am looking for the first time.
So real.